Hello, it's Brian here from Birmingham Cameras. Now I'm here conducting a very special interview today. I'm here with most people call him Bressie. So hi, good morning to you, how are you today?
I'm very good, how are you?
That's good, not too bad, thank you. Now, the reason we're here with him today is that we recently supplied him with some kit for his Where Is My Mind podcast. Now you're probably asking, why would we supply kit for a podcast? Well, the reason being is that a lot of what podcasting is about now is marketing it, and then in turn of that you need a lot of visual aspects for social media and for online content. So we might start off with that, maybe, if you don't mind, and just maybe tell people who are watching the video here why you came to us regarding the equipment.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm immensely comfortable in audio. It's what I've done all my life. You know, worked in studios, production of music. So moving into audio and podcasting was very easy for me. It was like I knew the software, I knew how to make things sound good, I knew how to record it properly, how to use mics properly. But I was terrified of the visual element of it. And I felt the problem with the visual element, if I dedicate too much time to that, I won't dedicate the time I need to dedicate to the audio, which was for me the most important part. But what's happening in podcasting has become probably one of the biggest mediums platforms in the world now, across the world. But like any media kind of platform, it evolves, it changes. And it started off as purely audio, and that was the selling point. But then audio realized, in order to advertise this, because there's so many podcasts now, there's hundreds of thousands of podcasts, you need to market it. So the best way to market podcasting is the visual. So I reached out to you guys and I was like, what do I do here? Where do I start? And that was initially. And then you kind of gave me an incredible kind of support system in terms of the Canon to start shooting my visuals. And then I said, I need to take this to the next level. And what I wanted, which was really important, was the double angle.
Yes.
The two angles, which I think that's how you get the facial expressions. If it's just stuck on two of you, you don't get that kind of amazing interaction that's really nuanced. But if you're able to have two cameras, literally, and two different angles on an interview, it changes everything.
Yeah. Now, just for people who are watching you, we're using two cameras here at the moment, so they'll be able to see exactly what you're talking about. But the kit that we supplied you was two Canon cameras, as you've mentioned. There was two Canon R6s, a couple of lenses for the room that you were working in, and then there was some other bits and pieces to go with it. Then there was some LED lights, and then there was a switcher, an 810 mini switcher, for it to be able to switch between the two camera angles. And what you're saying there, what was important for us when you contacted us was that we could make it as easy as possible for you, because as you say, you see a camera, lots of buttons. Some people can get intimidated or feel that they have to push all the buttons, and we just wanted to make it as easy as possible for you.
As I said, I'm not a videographer. I don't have time to develop those skills at the moment. I have a lot on, and I think that the service of the aftercare support when you get the cameras and you have them there. I think the other thing that was good with you as well is I have this tiny room. Yep. My podcast room is tiny. I like it tiny because it sounds good. So I've acoustically treated my room so it sounds nice and contained, but it's a small room. So straight away there was challenges there to be able to film with the small room and the angles and the lenses without seeing the window or the door and all that kind of stuff. So to work with that challenge was something I was like, this won't work. And yourself and Dean were like, will. You have a back wall, we'll set it up, we'll make it work. So being able to work in smaller spaces. So I think that's another important thing with visuals, is that you don't need a studio. You don't need a world-class kind of perfectly contained room. You can shoot something really well in a small little podcast room that I have. And I think that's important. I think this is the same thing, even with audio. People always believe you have to be in a really great studio. You don't. You just need to know how to set up your audio, how to use a mic, how to use your plugins, how to use the room, how to understand that. I think that's why podcasting is so attractive. The tag of the podcast is helping you find some peace in the head melty chaos of the modern world. And there's this perception that, the one thing I feel is that the world is a bit chaotic at the moment, and it's rinsing all of us. A lot of us are really finding it hard to keep up with it, and I think that's what I'm looking at as the culture, is what is it around us that's making us feel like this? There's this amazing quote that basically has set the whole bar for our new season, and it's a Krishnamurti quote that says, "It's no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society." And I do think society feels a bit intense at the moment and a bit overwhelming, and I think that's what we're looking at in this new season, is how can we help guys deal with that. Like, I'm going over to America to meet some very special people that are doing profound work, and they're also brilliant communicators. So for me to get those interviews, I want to be face to face with them. I want to be in a room with them. I want to film them. I don't want to be on Zoom with them. I've had enough of that.
We're big fans of your podcast. I'm sure most people watching are. We are only too delighted to be able to help get you out, and you know, like, it is something that got a lot of people through the tough times of the pandemic before that as well, and now as we're coming out of it, you know, it's helping people through it, and I'm sure you know so many people appreciate the good work you do. So I say we were only too delighted to be able to help you, and that we could kit you out with the kit that's there. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for sitting down. We might just add in here that we are going to do an event with you at some stage when you're back from America, from touring there, when your schedule calms down a bit. So when full details are confirmed of that, we will be putting up on our social media channels, on our website, sending out newsletters, etc. about that. So keep an eye out for those. So I say, finishing up now, say thank you very much for that, and best of luck with the new series.
And thanks for all the support.
Thank you. Now, for those of you who are interested, we referenced earlier on in the video the kit that we supplied Bressie for his visual setup for the podcast. So what we supplied him was 2 Canon R6 cameras, a Canon RF 16mm, a Canon RF 50mm, tripods for them, and also clamps for a desk, so that if he was in a confined space that he could clamp them onto a desk. With 3 LED lights, a green screen, DJI mics, and then also we advise him to install Ecamm software, and that's what he uses, and then an Blackmagic 810 Mini. So that's the kit that we supplied him. The Canon kit we were helped with from the guys in Canon Ireland, so thanks to the guys in Canon Ireland for helping us to supply Bressie with the kit, and he's really happy with it. So if anybody would like similar setup or to contact us regarding advice regarding doing something similar, please don't hesitate to contact us in the store, and we would be happy to help you.